Hello guys, this is Space Arbus Gaming here, and today we are going to be watching the official Call of Duty Infinite Warfare reveal trailer. I have tried to make this video a bunch of times, but for whatever reason, the damn audio would not work. So I have resorted to kidnapping my brother's mic in order to get the damn thing to work. Alright, so I'm going to watch this, and occasionally I'm going to pause it to give my thoughts and opinions and whatever. So here we go. I'm going to maximize it now, and in 3, action. Okay, so let's go back right here. Okay. So as you can see, we have spaceships, which we knew were going to be in the game because in Black Ops 3 Nuketown, a spaceship appeared at the end of the game. Now I don't know if this was like a special event or if at that time, if you played on Nuketown, you would have got this. I don't know. I haven't played multiplayer Call of Duty in a while, so I don't really know. But we now know for sure that spaceships are most definitely in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Oh my god.
We are getting breaking news out of Switzerland.
Okay, so right here we see what appears to be a smoke or dust cloud of some sort. Now, I've heard people say that maybe this is a weapon that they were using, but I think the more likely outcome is that a building collapsed and this is the reason for the dust cloud. They are being attacked. This is an invasion. Buildings do collapse in invasions. This is most certainly probably that. Almost certainly a building collapsed, and that's the reason for the dust cloud. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so we see here, I actually intended to stop closer to right here. As you can see, this is somewhat of a looking like a futuristic weapon. And obviously we have a robot. So robots play a part in this, as I'm sure most of y'all would have already guessed. So let's continue.
Death count continues to rise, and there's no end in sight. This is Top Cat Sovereign. Divert and deploy all available assets immediately. Holy shit.
Alright, so right here we see what appears to be some kind of a symbol. I don't know if you can see that all that good, but right there, where my cursor is, at the top of the screen, is what appears to be a symbol of some kind. Now this may be the faction that we are, and I don't think anyone has confirmed what this might mean, but I'm going to say that this is our symbol, this is our faction, this is our ship, and this is on our side. Alright, as you can see, this dropped from the sky. So this is probably, I don't know, but this is definitely a cockpit of some kind. As you can see, the cockpit is right there. It was somehow cut in half. So whatever destroyed it was capable of knocking it clean in half and then having it crash. Now this guy's probably dead. I cannot imagine how he would have survived that, but yeah. Pretty impressive stuff. And this dude's probably not about to die too.
We have no precedent for this. We have no Godspeed, captains.
Now,
Godspeed, captains.
hold on. Before we begin,
Now at war with the settlement defense.
I didn't notice this before, but it appears to be some kind of a ship leaving the orbit of Earth or going into space.
Godspeed, captains.
Alright, now this is pretty cool. The air on the ship is being, like, the air in front of the ship cannot get out of the way fast enough. And so what you see here is kind of this bubble of air around this ship. Amazing. Like, Call of Duty has changed so much over the years. Now, who would have ever thought that in 2003, when the first Call of Duty came out, that in 2016, about 12 years afterwards, we would have a game where you fight in space. I don't think anyone would have ever taken you seriously, but that's what's happening. We are going into space, and look at this. This is just amazing. The smoke, just the lighting effects.
You got eyes on this, Reyes?
That right there, I think, if this does not sell you on this game, I don't think anything will. Now, I am positive that there's going to be a group of people who are going to say, Call of Duty is the same. Why do you buy it? Why do you keep giving money to Call of Duty? This is why. Because Call of Duty continues to bring fresh ideas to the first-person genre. I mean, in COD 4, you could finally customize your weapon loadouts. In Modern Warfare 2, you could finally customize your kill streak loadout. In World at War, you had Zombies mode. In Black Ops 1, you had Wager mode. In Modern Warfare 3, you had Survival mode. In Advanced Warfare, you had the exosuits. In Black Ops 3, you had the specialists. In in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, you have space battles. Call of Duty, whether you like it or not, continues to bring new ideas to the first-person genre. It continues to innovate, and that's why people buy the games. I mean, come on. Do you honestly think that the next Battlefield game is going to be anything close to this awesome? Absolutely not. Battlefield 5 or whatever is not going to have space combat. Call of Duty will have space combat. And that's a big selling point. I want this game. I want to fight in space. I want to engage ships in space. Just look at that. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3. There's like 11 ships in orbit around the Earth, all ready to duke it out. I hope, I honestly hope that this is not like some on rails crap, that I actually can 360 degrees control this aircraft or this spacecraft or whatever the hell it is, and be able to fly it and do dogfights in space. Most likely this is going to be some kind of on-rails shooter section, but if it isn't, Call of Duty has just bitch-slapped Battlefield in a big way.
Let's get in there.
Now just look at that explosive. That looks so amazing right there. I mean, obviously in space you wouldn't have fireballs. You'd have smoke. But yeah, I mean, it's a video game. Science be damned, but still, it's pretty impressive. You know, this kind of, like, this explosive weight here kind of reminds me of Star Wars. You know, when the TIE fighters explode? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what they got it from. I don't know. I don't know what the hell this is. This might be in the asteroid belt. It may not be, but it does appear right here that there is something on it. Now, this looks like the sun, because I can't think of anything other than the sun that would be. I don't know what this might be then, because this definitely looks like an asteroid belt, but would the sun be that big? I don't think it would. So I don't know what this is. This might be somewhat in some other solar system. But I saw what appeared to be like a planet in our solar system, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. Now this right here is making me think that this may be in fact a game in our solar system. This looks like Saturn, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think Saturn has its moon look like this. But if this is not Saturn, then I don't know what it is. This is definitely the farthest in the future we've ever been. Do I think that that's a good idea? Do I think it's a bad idea? I don't know. Now, if they could pull it off, I'll say it's a good idea. But, I mean, at this point, like, if they're gonna go any farther into the future, we may as well have, like, aliens. You know, like, have false contact. If you go farther in the future, that would be the only thing that would make any goddamn sense at all. So I'm going to say that this is probably not a solar system. Simply because I can't think of why they would go that far into the future. A lot of questions, not too many answers so far. And there you go. The Call of Duty Infinite Warfare reveal trailer. Do I think that I'm definitely gonna want it. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I want this game. I am putting this on my Xmas list for 2016. You can expect that I'm going to be playing this. Expect that, because I am going to be playing this. I'm going to make that a point. Everyone, put that on the list. Put it on the high priorities list. Get this on Christmas. I want this game. Oh my god. Space combat. Robots. Fighting on different... I mean, this is definitely going to be a Call of Duty to remember. For the very first time, we're going to be fighting on other planets or other moons. That's a first for Call of Duty, and I think that's a first for just about any first-person shooter. Call of Duty has definitely come a long way. It went from its humble roots in World War II, then it tackled the Black Ops era, the Cold War era, then it went into the modern day, and then it went into the somewhat future. Now we're in the distant future. We're so far in the future that we're in space. Now, my question will be, how do they justify that? Because there is a treaty in place that makes that illegal. You cannot have warfare in space. So, however they decide to justify the fact that we're going to have space combat, they're going to have to somehow either make it in a universe where that international law does not exist, or that international law has been overturned. Now, I don't know if they're going to do that. Because in Ghost, they had space combat, but it really wasn't space combat as much as it was one nation hijacked a space station, and then the people on that space station fought to gain control. This, on the other hand, is true 100%, no questions. This is an actual engagement in space. So, I don't know. I would definitely like if this was set like in an alternate universe where that was just never the case. A lot of questions. What faction are we? What time period are we talking about? Is this the late 21st century? Are we in the 22nd century? How are robots going to play a role? Robots are going to play a role. That is an absolute. That's going to happen. But are they going to be an important part of the story? We saw a robot basically grabbing a soldier, probably you, and saving you from going into deep space. We saw another robot soldier next to a woman. So the question then is, how much is robotics going to play a role in the story of it in Infinite Warfare? In Advanced Warfare, you had soldiers, and they played a role. Hold on, was it? I think we had robots in Advanced Warfare, and we had robots in Black Ops 3. So it definitely does feel like Call of Duty is kind of went into the sci-fi category. And that's fine. We now have 3 distinct time periods. We have the World Wars era, we have the modern era, and we have the future era. Do I think that we should go back to the World War II era? I think that we could go back to that era, and I think that would be justified. We've had a lot of modern games, we've had a lot of future games. Maybe it is time to come back to the Normandies and the Iwo Jimas and the Battle of the Bulges. But I think if you're going to do that, and I know that I'm kind of completely going on a tangent here, but I think that if you're going to go back in time to World War II, the best way that I would like it to be is not the same crap. We've played through Normandy, we've played through the Battle of the Bulge, we've done all that shit a bazillion times. If you're going to go back in time to World War II, have it be an alternate reality. Have it where shit just went ape shit. Everything went sideways. Nazi Europe is secured, and now we are now in some deep doo-doo, okay? We are in some Jar Jar Binks territory. We are in for a major ass kicking, alright? I don't know. But I do agree that we probably should at least stop with the future shit, and pull back, go back in time. It'd be interesting to play for a World War One era trench warfare, the first tanks, the first planes. But I don't think too many people would want to play that. But that would definitely, if you're gonna go back in time, let's go to a war we haven't seen before. Let's have gas masks. Let's have tanks. Let's have biplanes. Let's have the first tanks. Let's really go back in time. Would I like to see a more futuristic game? Would I like to see a Call of Duty set in the 22nd century? I don't know. This may in fact be set in the 22nd century. I don't know. I don't know. Depends on how this game is. If this game is good, I will have absolutely no trouble with a more futuristic game. I could do without the fucking jumping, like, boost jumps and whatnot. As long as we don't have people walking on walls, you know, and the boost jump is justified with, like, a jetpack, and it isn't just, okay, I'm going to jump 50 feet in the air now. If they can make that boost jump believable, and it does look like they have some kind of a jetpack to justify that, then I have no trouble. But I want Call of Duty to come back to its realistic roots. Well, soldiers were soldiers, and they weren't just jumping in the air 50 feet. They weren't walking on walls like a spider. You know, there was a reason for it. You know, in Advanced Warfare, you had these, like, gloves that would attach to walls, but that was justified. You saw how they would do it. They weren't just walking on walls. You saw how they were walking in walls. You saw the justification for it, and so it was believable. But just walking on walls simply because, hey, you know, I'm a future soldier, I can do that shit, didn't make sense. Because there was no justification. There was no visual justification for why I can now walk on walls. You just could. So, I'm sorry I'm going on a tangent. Definitely. Expect great things from this year's Call of Duty. There are obviously gonna be people who are gonna say that it's the same game over and over again. Why do you buy the game? Yada 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 bullshit. I'm gonna tell you this right now, that if you do not buy this game, then you are going to miss out on an experience worth having. That's all I gotta say. My mouth is getting dry, and I can't think of anything other than that to say. So see you later, guys, and have a nice day, and thumbs that up. Stop hating haters.